is James on the famous quest.
And it's Jim from far away, if you can hear me at all.
From far, far away. Hopefully you can hear him, because this is a test run for us kind of doing some intermediate, interminate, in between, Let's Play stuff.
Interim. No, that's not right.
We're smart people.
We're failing, James. We're already failing.
Listen, we're playing Blood Dragon today, because this game's really good, and I was going to play it anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
So check it out. The loading screen is 4x3 VHS tracking.
From back in the day, those of you old enough to remember.
I don't even remember that, and I grew up on tapes.
I remember the tracking thing. I remember that.
I don't really, because I guess apparently I didn't have shitty tapes.
Yeah, we had a combination VHS DVD player, and whenever we ran a tape that we recorded, or even any VHS, it had to track first.
That's unfortunate.
And it sounded really fuzzy and weird until it tracked right. Then it sounded fine.
Like, that's really weird, because, like, we had old VHS players that, like, before the DVD combo, and they didn't, like, I don't ever remember having to track.
No.
Like, I knew it was a thing, but, like, I never had to do that. And my family made us use VHSs until, like, 2003.
That's about how we were at my house. Well, maybe not that long.
It was a long time.
I think what happened is we got like a sizable tax return or something, and Mom bought a DVD player. I don't remember what happened, but it was like 2002, I think.
She was like, "Thanks, government."
Yep.
So let's just look at the map here. You may notice that, I mean, there's a lot of animals here, but there aren't any like collectible icons, because that's what I did last night, was get everything, all the things.
You got all the everything.
Look, listen, guys. I got everything.
Meanwhile, I planned some lessons and lied to James.
You did, though. Because I wasn't really paying attention to what you were saying, so I just kind of agreed with you, and then, like, you caught me in front of my wife and made me look stupid.
I was being playful and impish. It was my one chance.
It was less impish and more mean-spirited.
Okay, I won't do mean-spirited ones for, like, another week.
Alright, so this is my sniper rifle. And at the very beginning of the game, you get an explosive attachment. Like, as long as you do the side stuff, you get super overpowered. Like, I'm level 27 of probably a max of 30. And I think I'm halfway through the story here, so spoiler warnings for this super heavily story-based shooter parody. I was actually thinking about some games I might want to let's play, like, if we were able to get, if this recording method works out well.
Time and eternity, take another stab at it.
No, because I'd have to own that then. What is that? Oh no!
Cyber-Croc?
Cyber-Croc! Alright, I killed him though. In the base FarCry game, getting attacked like that at the beginning of the game is a huge deal, and then later on it's about as laughable as that was. Because at the beginning of the game, crocs and sharks can, like, two-shot you. And you don't have, like, a good enough knife to do that, so they just, like, eat you up twice. Alright, so this is some kind of mystical bullshit gate that I can defeat the blood dragons. Which is, I'm about to leave the open world behind. You won't be able to access the island or adventures until after kicking Sloane's butt. Is this already the end? Oh wait, it is actually this.
When you walk through the moon gate, is that it, or?
I forgot. There's only one more story-based trophy for me to get, so maybe I am at the end of the game. In which case, this game has like 6 missions. I mean, it's standalone DLC, so you can only expect so much. But I did spend 5 hours doing the side stuff, so.
You really don't get to complain about content if you spent 5 hours doing that.
Yeah, and not only that, but I did not pay full price for this, which I think is $15.
Yeah.
I think I paid 5-ish because it was on sale. But yeah, some of the... It's pretty cool looking. Some of the Let's Plays I was thinking of doing is, like, find some games that, like, we grew up on that we like. Not, like, NES or SNES, because we're a little bit older than that. Well, I was thinking, like, what if, like, we took, like, a ridiculously ambitious thing and, like, we recorded an hour of it just, like, whenever we could. It didn't have to be super episodic, but just, like, we got through it when we could.
Sure, yeah.
And, like, like, I'm talking super ambitious, like, an RPG that we like.
Oh, God.
So, like, it would take a year to do. So these are zombie dudes. I'm not really sure what the full story is on them, besides that they suck.
They got swords or something?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I think the story is basically that the scientists that Sloan screwed over are just like, oh no, now we're zombies.
You're in Samurai Zombie Nation now.
I'm not too worried because my health is maxed out and all of that just did like one damage. Let's shoot them in the head, just like in real life.
Hit him with your cyber dick.
Oh, I do have infinite ammo right now, so screw it. So they do go down in one shot if you can hit the head. Easier said than done.
They do seem to wiggle around a lot.
Well, they're running zombies, which in movies bugs the hell out of me, but I'm just kind of a traditionalist when it comes to zombies. Oh, I can do takedowns with these guys? That seems... Takedowns are instant kills if you can sneak up on people. Okay, that's...
Are they wearing Geordie LaForge visors?
What's that?
Are they wearing Geordie LaForge Star Trek The Next Generation visors?
Pretty much.
So now there's Samurai Zombie Geordies.
Listen, nobody said you had to take this game seriously.
I'm not saying I am.
Somebody is.
I'm saying here, look, James, I'm not telling you how to live your life, but...
You usually are, though.
You can either see Geordie LaForge there or you can't.
Oh, so, like... And this is a story, like, out of the like, this is a one-shot video, so unless people actually follow all our videos, which they don't, or listen to the podcast, they don't know about the ongoing story, but in what is the ongoing cock tease at my job, they're like, hey, there might be a position after all for you to apply in a couple weeks, and I'm like, that would be pretty good, and the opposite of what you told me last week, because I was depressed last week, and I complained about it for like 20 minutes on the podcast.
Yikes.
But we'll see. Again, I'm not as excited as I would be about it like I would have been a week ago, because I don't know, I'm all doubtful and cynical now.
Yeah.
But if it happens, it'd be great.
Be terrific.
Which is what I wanted anyway. Oh, look at all the fireworks, it's so welcoming.
Yay!
And I'm pretty sure that's like a hell portal.
It's pretty.
But yeah, in my mind, it would either be... It probably wouldn't be Xenosaga, because like then you get kind of trapped into playing all three of them.
Oh yeah.
But I was kind of thinking of Skies of Arcadia. And like, it would probably be like skipping grinding and stuff, of course.
Of course.
But like, for most of the main...
Playing with Celia, yeah. But no, I love Skies of Arcadia, I'd be totally down with that.
It's pretty great. I guess the problem would be that I remember the dungeons in that game being super goddamn long, so we would still run into the problem where, like, our sessions would have to be really long. I'm on fire. I don't know if you know this, but I was on fire, and it's not a desired result.
I was on fire once, let me tell you, it sucked dick.
That's what everyone tells me, and I'm like, that's probably a true-to-life statement. I don't know if there's a difference between the different colored scientist zombies here.
Yeah.
I love the reloading animation here. He just freaking throws them.
I thought for a Let's Play thing, it wouldn't be like a full Let's Play of the game.
Cause I like to like commit to Let's Plays. So like, the only reason that I would do one that wouldn't be like a full one is if it had like a running theme, like this week's episode of playing like a pile of crap, which is, you know, I've done that before.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not a particularly long game, but my idea was, I was telling you about how Croc 2 has that really ridiculous Omniplay feature.
Omniplay? Oh yeah, like there's two people?
Yeah, two people, and they share the button layouts.
That seems like a terrible goddamn idea.
It is. We should totally do it.
We should do that. You got that?
I do have Croc 2, yeah, disappointingly enough.
Because you're like, man, I wish this was Croc 1.
Exactly. Croc 1 isn't a perfect game, but I really enjoyed it.
It's a pretty good platformer that's not like Mario, Spyro, or Crash.
Fun story. Croc actually originally started as a Yoshi-centered Mario platformer.
How does that? It's not even on the right system.
It used to be, but then the development, scrapped the idea. The developer went over to Sony and it became Croc eventually.
Then they realized that cartridges are stupid.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of cartridges being stupid, the Vita uses cartridges, right?
Yes.
That's stupid.
Yeah. And they're like little, tiny little...
Yeah, they're like not STDs. STDs? SDs.
SDs, yeah.
Like I expected it with the DS and 3DS,
Yeah.
but Nintendo never like builds performance-wise to need a bunch of space.
Yeah.
But I was like, Vita games need like 3 gigs or whatever, and you put it on a cart. And like you already had the PSP, which had discs, even though that wasn't like perfect. But I was just surprised. Oh, I'm supposed to go through there because fireworks. I just realized I bumped the camera. God knows how long ago. Oh well, I'll just cut all that. Listen, if there's not a technical issue, then it's not a Famous Quest Let's Play.
Precisely, but...
By the way, the only way you can kill these turtles in one of the side missions where you're in the sewers and there's like a bunch of pizza boxes lying around is to knife them. Look at this turtle. Oh, hello. It looks like me on a cold Missouri winter. Cause he's all
Same thing, really.
Cause he's all tucked in. All right, so I guess this is just a bunch of bum rushes. What do you call this? Boss rushes before the end. Gauntlets, yeah.
Oh, it snowed here last night.
That sucks.
It was weird, and then when we left school today, the snow was pretty much all gone. It was weird.
Alright, let's see if I can reload fast enough to deal with these jokers. Because there are a lot of them.
I'm not a sniper, so I couldn't handle this.
Well, you don't have to actually snipe because I have the proximity explosive damage, but if you didn't do the side stuff, that would be pretty difficult. Oh good, there's more of them. Oops. Nobody said I was good at games, I just enjoy them.
Yeah. Except for the part where I'm great at games.
You're good at the puzzle games or something. Except for when we played that puzzle game together and we were both kind of bad at it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think the puzzles were just dumb.
I agree that they were dumb. Because we have a reference point of the game before that that wasn't as dumb. Yeah. I'm sure this is really exciting to watch. I don't know. That was one of my big complaints of BioShock Infinite, is that they did something kind of like this. Except, I don't know. It feels like this actually took more effort because you're going to different places and getting different weapons, and it's like weapon focused. Whereas the end of BioShock Infinite was just a really tiresome boss gauntlet. And by boss gauntlet, I mean you're fighting a bunch of enemies in a scenario replacing a boss, I guess. Okay, I can do this.
Yeah. And then, of course, Last of Us did pretty much the same thing as an entire game, and everyone loved it.
It makes me sad that I didn't like any of the games I was supposed to like last year.
Ditto.
It's like, I want to like these, they're pretty and generally well made, but they're definitely not like the hype-ass bomb shit that people, like, claim or whatever.
Last of Us is the most beautiful game ever made!
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of, I think it happens every year, because, like, I really liked Journey, but it wasn't, like, the best game of 2012, like, everyone was, like, sucking its dick. It's like, it's cool, it's artistic, it's not the best game. It's barely a game, it's an experience. Yay, I'm a warrior, and I earn the right to go through this shiny room.
Like, I mean, if we're talking highest quality game that was made last year,
What did
making a list without Mario 3D World and Rayman Legends is just wrong.
I wouldn't put Legends on the top. It was well made, but best game of the whole year?
It's up there.
I don't know. I could, like, if I was someone who believed in the top, like a top 10 list, which I really don't. Maybe because it takes effort, or maybe because it usually feels forced. Like, some entry usually feels forced, but I would say Legends would be like what I would call my like number 10, where it's like it made the list because it's still good, but it's like not my number 1 game.
Yeah, I think it's tough to make lists like that anyway because there are some games that really just it's not fair to compare to others.
Yeah. And that's why I guess like the only way that you can make a list like that work is if you're not comparing the games directly, like, you know, this shooter's better than that racer or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're just like, of my 10 game experiences, like I just enjoyed this one more.
Yeah, well that's like what it is for me.
Oh, training montage.
Maybe I'm not saying that like Rayman Legends was objectively better than like every game that year, but it's definitely the game I had the most fun playing.
Okay, then yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Because like I'm sorry, Mariachi Madness, you cannot take the sheer joy of that level away from me.
I mean, I could put that as one of the top levels of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the cutscenes in this game are done with like SNES.
Sega Genesis.
Yeah, our Genesis graphics. They're pretty good. I like them a lot. They're funny.
God, this training montage.
Yeah. The beginning of the game has a really good like action sequence, including when he's like gearing up for all this ridiculous. Yeah, he's doing finger push-ups.
God.
Next, he'll be doing cock push-ups.
Grabs their crotch for some reason.
Yeah, he does. He grabs his crotch for no reason. Did you get that because you watched the live-action video?
Well, yeah, and I remember that from the little.
I'm pretty sure we're about to have some Sprite X.
Yeah.
Some Sprex.
Because John and I and Thomas actually watched the first like 10 minutes of Blood Dragon on like a promo thing.
Oh, nice.
And
Oh yeah. Time. I want to be blinded with your cyber love.
oh god.
And her name's Dr. Darling, so at the beginning of the game, the villain's like, "Would you do this for me, darling?" And she's like, "Dr. Darling."
Oh god.
Ouch. Cause he's a robot, it probably hurts.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Am I really watching an awkward 16-bit Genesis era sex scene?
No means no, kids.